everybody, this is Les Nesquick with FUX Radio, and you are listening to the Breaking Hyman podcast with Lori and Morgan. I guess I talked to you a little bit about what we're doing. You watched all of Baby Reindeer?
I've seen most of it.
You've seen most of it?
Some of it is too... Not saying that...
Triggering?
Yeah, maybe. I would say that, yeah.
It reminded you of your personal experiences?
Not, like, mirrored, but, you know, I'm just saying... It could be, like... For some people, it could be difficult, because...
I actually mentioned this to you when the very first time we talked about it, and I was like, dude, it could be triggering. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and I think anyone who's been assaulted, just watching an assault can be, and there's some assault.
Darian definitely put the ass in assault.
Yeah.
There's like, I don't know. I guess, speaking from like, there's too many variable messages in there. Not saying there's too many. There's just a lot of that it conglomerates to, like, I think, really, it's just, you know, you're going to go through shit, and, you know, some things are traumatic and all that, but the importance of just seeking help for that trauma, because, you know what really clicked is whenever he was talking about the thing with Darian.
Yeah.
Being assaulted, and he was like, and this happens, this and all that, da, da, da. And then it leads up to the scene where it's the police officer, and he goes like, so why did you wait so long?
Yeah.
And then he goes like, because you can't fucking, and then I was like, yo.
So you identified with the message? I mean, you've been through some
the
shit
narrative is crazy itself. It's man. I was like, man. And then it makes you think, the whole thing is like, it does make you think, but because there are people like that in real life on both sides. There's people that are like, what's her name, Martha?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For
Martha,
sure.
and then Danny or Donnie.
Donnie.
Yeah.
Donnie,
main character.
Richard
Sorry.
Gadd.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
good
you're
at
good.
names.
No, but so what did you like? I mean, it's hard to say you enjoyed the show, but
Dude,
what were your impressions? You thought it was well done. I mean,
I liked it, but I didn't enjoy it like whenever I got molested.
So it was like, versus reality, maybe not lived up to your experience.
No. It was pretty good. I still, other than, you know, I have a weird bias, though. I don't mean to switch topics.
No.
What's your
bias? Go for it.
With anything that I like, and that's just perspective and or not perspective. That's just preference. That's the nature of it. But I get real like protective over things that I like. Like now, I like Baby Reindeer. I'm like, if you talk shit about Baby.
No.
Right
We're both on board with.
Yeah.
We enjoyed the show. I mean, that's why we're talking.
I like
about
Baby
This
Reindeer.
is like,
I mean, not the. It's just a great movie. Just like
the miniseries, yeah.
There's a bunch of movies that are fucked up that are great.
Really well done.
The Lovely Bones, that's a great movie.
What?
The Lovely Bones.
How dare you, Morgan?
Well, it's also about someone that's a traumatic experience. Did you ever see that one?
No,
Morgan?
I'm putting it on my list.
It's okay.
It'll make you cry.
Peter Jackson.
I don't like that shit.
What?
Cry.
You don't like the
It's based on a book.
No. The what bones?
Lovely Bones.
Lovely Bones.
Did my
Lovely Bones.
Did my laugh redline it? I'm sorry.
I don't know what. If you're fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we've already decided this will never see the light of day.
Oh.
Like, we wish we hadn't even invited you.
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding.
He's fucking with you.
This is great.
I know, sometimes it's so hard for me to pick up on like sarcasm.
Oh.
I'm just like, Wow.
I'm never serious.
I ruined it.
Will that help you? Yeah.
No.
I knew.
Yeah, even
Stupid,
when we're
stupid.
even when we're talking about something super duper serious,
That is me.
it's not serious. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off.
And
These are doing nothing for me.
And
I
as
like
our
the
first guest, I
headphones.
think we should say, it is a safe space. I mean, granted, we're recording everything, and it will be aired open to the public. But you can say whatever you want, man. No judgment here. And
well,
Morgan, it's
Shout
gonna-
out to my dad. He's dead.
Shout out.
I meant like shout out to the other side. You know.
Oh, yeah. So, what aspects of the show were you? Because we were talking about in the last one, it's not a great depiction of stand-up and what. Because I mean, yeah, the guy's doing stand-up comedy, but he's not hanging out with other stand-ups. It doesn't really depict the writing and working out jokes or anything like other pieces of fiction that I've seen anyway depicting stand-up. What were your feelings on as somebody that performs stand-up comedy? By the way, this is Josh Saenz, our guest. We're 5.5 minutes in. What I assume I introduced you the way you would prefer.
Yeah.
You go by many names, Josh, Josue,
Jose.
Jose.
It's just the amalgamation.
Prisoner number 4178, whatever.
It's my first and last name. It's Jossae.
Yeah. So
I think that'll make sense
Wait,
on
what?
stage, right?
no, that makes zero sense whatsoever.
I'll be
You
like,
fucking stoner.
Jose. And they're like,
Why? I mean, like, Josue is a real name.
that also works too, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but that's not what
Josh.
you're saying.
Josue is also Josh.
Okay, but who are you?
I'm Josh.
Josue. Right?
Legal name is Josh.
Joshua.
I'm not gonna lie now. I'm confused.
Right?
I was like,
I
wait.
don't know who I am. It's okay, my little reindeer. We'll work it out.
Josh Saenz, everybody.
Just fine.
That just, I'm sorry, just to bring up the end too. She was just like, you want to know why I called you my baby reindeer?
Oh, that's not a bad.
That's a good
That's not a
impression.
bad Scottish lilt. All right, so keep doing Martha.
It just, the speaking of the childhood is just like, but then that just, sorry, I know I'm everywhere. It's just, it's because I constantly analyze things, and that's like a show that is gonna tickle your senses, if you will. You know what
So
I mean?
to
It's
speak,
it's
yes.
gonna
Tickle
if
your
you
rectum.
If
Yeah.
you have a high proclivity to like analyze social situations,
Precise
trauma,
that right
psychological, even the psyche itself, then it's going to be very interesting. And I'm not saying that I'm intelligent. I just like to review.
Well,
That's
I mean,
why
I
it's
think you are
enjoyable.
intelligent. But I
You're
get what you're
contrary to what your girlfriend tells me. You are an intelligent guy.
You're like, despite what everyone says,
Yeah.
you're cool.
Forget
No.
all the evidence.
No.
You're
You definitely
That
have
was sarcasm.
have a depth. Me and you have had some very deep conversations over the time period we've known each other.
I got you. Yeah, we've
But
had some deep conversations.
That's what fascinates me about this show. It's just like the raw humanity of it all and putting it all out there. It really does seem to be a form of therapy for him, having done all this, because it started out as a one-man stage show.
Right. Yeah, I've read more about that, and
And-
apparently, yeah,
And that
Martha
sort of took-
knew the real Martha. What is her?
Fiona Harvey.
Fiona Harvey. Did you watch any interviews with the real Martha?
on Pierce Morgan.
Yeah.
No, but I saw that he had gotten in some hot water because of it.
Yeah. So basically, she saw the formation of this. She saw him. She's like, oh, I might have seen him perform once or twice or whatever, And it's, but yeah, no, I mean, it's funny that she was still part of his life whenever he was doing performances about her. That she downplays her connection to him and denies everything, even though he has lots and lots of proof of what
So
she did to
much
him.
Proof.
Is there
Exactly.
evidence that she's cool with him and shit?
No.
No,
She's
she's
trying to
trying to
sue
get money
him.
now.
She's trying to sue Netflix.
Oh, okay.
She
Even though
accused
he doesn't-
him
yeah.
of like making money off of this trauma, using her story to make money.
Right.
But that is, in fact, what she is doing. Like by going on Piers Morgan, she's like, "Oh, they paid me to do it. People have been, and now she wants to sue Netflix and sue Piers Morgan and sue everybody. But she has always, this is well documented behavior that she has done in the past. She's only proving
pathological liar.
She's only proving everything he said true so far.
Yeah.
But the underlying theme there is that she is sick.
Yeah.
So and he is damaged. So it's both of their story. They can do what they want with it, I guess.
It'd be ridiculous. It would set an insane precedent if she was able to sue him and sue Netflix
for defamation.
Yeah.
You know what? It's I guess the older I'm getting, I'm trying to just be more open from not casting judgment or anything, but because I've often said just a classification of people that are just sick. You know what I mean? Like schizophrenic people,
right?
That are just
legitimately unwell, not
mentally
just sick, but actually ill.
But it's well, no, I was talking in the sense of mentality. I meant I'm trying to open my mind from generalizing them as just sick.
And
sick
viewing
mental
them as
fuck.
When you're dealing with,
and I'd like to say it like this, I think it's just one of the things that you're just genetically or psychologically predisposed into being. Just like people are predisposed to be diabetic sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing mentally.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
Qualities.
Well, and with mental health though, just like anything physical, you have to take care of it. I mean, if you're even more so, I think, because when people are nuts like that, it crosses over into how you deal with other people. And these are obviously people that aren't treated, have not been treating their mental illness, have not been treating their, he said they
not getting the help.
She's not. And
even Richard Gadd to that point, presuming he never mentions anything about getting a lot of counseling, but maybe, or am I wrong? Does he talk about getting counseling?
No, not really, no.
And I think he has created his own therapy with this, performing this show.
Man, that's interesting.
Which it may or may not be the healthiest way to deal with that. I mean,
but I don't know, because
it rarely sticks.
My cousin,
you do it that way.
Sorry for interrupting. My cousin was she was agreeing. She was agreeing to not what you just said, but she basically said the same thing. Well, you said we were talking about her. She'd been through a lot of shit herself, but psychological behavior was one of her psych majors, or it was one of her majors in college, and she was like, yeah, I've often thought about just getting therapy myself, and she's like, but after college, it's after learning all that stuff, you're just you go in there and you analyze the person that's analyzing you, and then you're just it's not a mind game, but it's just a weird, and then she's like, I just kind of developed my own form of healing. It's just whatever, you got to deal with stuff, and just, life fucking sucks, and it's just yeah, man, in a nutshell.
And that's, your coping mechanisms, the things that, and everyone has coping mechanisms for their environment, It can be anything little, it can be huge things. Some people's coping mechanism is going out and killing hobos, and that's where it's not okay.
Yeah.
A hobo is a transient. We used to call them hobos.
Yeah,
the unhoused.
Hobo, I think of those as the guys who ride the rails,
right,
on the trains, But, no, I think can I just say, and I don't know which cousin this is, but she sounds like a fucking idiot because if she's gone through the schooling and disagrees with does she not want to seek counseling because she's I know how this works? Is I see how the sausage is made?
Not kind of that.
Okay,
because I asked her the same thing.
Because she has some education, she is afraid she would just instead of getting like accepting.
Yeah,
she would think her way out of it.
Well, be analyzing her analyst because she has some.
Oh yeah,
overanalyze yourself.
Well,
back into
I have a friend who is a counselor, and she has this thing where knows exactly what she needs to do, the treatment she needs, what she needs to, but implementing that is the hardest part. And she's also, in her personal life, uses, mushrooms, acid, things like that, to microdosing to deal with. And she's like, yeah, I can't recommend that to my clients, my patients, because
here's what's worked for me.
Yeah, but
ripped balls.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean,
you were just laying in your bed and try to count the popcorn on the ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hell, that might be helpful, But I think anybody that is dealing with other people in a regular way and your mental health gets in the way of how you're interacting with people, whether it be, your spouse, significant other, family, friends, your kids, you need to fucking get help. And these are all people that, like Martha, doesn't seem to have any.
If you or anyone you know is experiencing any, please reach out, not to us, but to someone.
Yeah, professional. Yeah, but I mean, because I knew as soon as I got divorced, I was going to fucking spiral. And that's why I started seeing a counselor pretty much immediately. Finding someone that I can talk to about all the shit that I've been dealing with, just because I don't want to be an emotional wreck. So that and stand-up are what kind of saved my ass.
I agree, and to add to your comment, if you do report something, just report to someone professional, because if you told me about yourself, I'd be like, that's crazy.
I'm a mandatory reporter at my job. Like if a student or something comes and says, I'm off myself, I've got to go and go to
and then you tell his roommate, you're like, you're about to get a free A.
You saw the movie Last Dead Man on Campus, didn't you? With Zach Morris.
Oh my gosh.
That's the premise of that movie.
I'm a volunteer mandatory reporter. Like, I don't know if you can do that, but
I mean,
if somebody's posting some shit on Facebook,
then
I'm reaching out. I can't.
Well, and Facebook does have an option to, like, if you think that this,
someone's in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, sorry, don't be my friend if you don't want me to give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna not take it seriously.
Yeah, no kidding,
and it's not even for them. I can't live with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and I know this because I did that with Harper. Started to Jared Harper.
Oh, we got all deep and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the week that he checked out, all week long, I was thinking, dude, I should call him and tell him about this song that reminded me of his grandma.
Oh.
And who knows? I've spent.
They know that now, I believe. Remember, I told you my belief in death. That when you die, I believe you gain any sort of knowledge that you want to attain.
I have heard this before.
So if I die, I'll automatically know what every pair of titties in the world looks like, because that's the knowledge I want to get.
Oh my god!
I mean, you don't know
every pair of titties.
But I'm saying,
could be.
God is.
You know why 42 is the meaning of life. You know why.
Yeah, this is true.
Your dad grounded you that time when it didn't make any sense. You know why.
Nah, it made sense.
Yeah, right.
Or like this,
but you didn't know he knew about it.
The true meaning of life, or you can, who actually built the pyramids? Who did?
I got a copy of it sitting over there, leather bound. Yeah.
I would ask God. I'd be like, hey, real quick, where's DB Cooper?
No shit, dude. I want to know the answer to that so bad.
Like,
what happened? I mean,
did OJ really do it? I mean, I know the answer.
OJ did that shit.
Well, yeah.
I'd be like,
that's the JFK, the Martians, everything.
And I would for sure ask about Michael Jackson.
Oh no! Why? You already know the answer. You just don't want to. You don't want to own it. And
did it really not matter if you were black or white? Come on, Michael.
That doesn't. I don't really sure about that. I'm just saying. Can you get so rich that you could just be a pedophile? And
yes.
It kind of happens.
Jeffrey Epstein.
That's
so fucking crazy though.
It's it basically, if you have enough money,
you can.
and you were messed up in a bad enough way at some point in your life. Yeah.
To go back on your topic of, the your friend, the counselor that, has to check herself. Not casting judgment or anything, but I bet you there are some people that are like, well, wouldn't you want someone that isn't mentally ill or has any mental, like, hangbacks and this and that? And it's like, no, I want someone as equally as fucked up.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
just
mean?
somebody in denial.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, I mean, and I think that is why in the show, in the context of the show, the Terry is his trans girlfriend is so understanding and caring because the implication of what she's been through as a trans woman, dealing with all this shit, like the stuff that he's trying to come to terms with about his being stalked and abuse and everything. It's kind of a bummer that he fucks up that relationship so badly, but...
He was like, I have a stalker. He was like, I have a stalker stalking me.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Right?
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like the judgment of like... I don't know if it's where he thinks that he wants it, or it's like the thing where it's like...
yeah.
Because it was a weird tone. I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, does he want it or does he not want it?
I think he likes the attention, just like...
But also he has the cringe thing. Like the thing where he's like, ugh, you know what I mean? But then in my mind, I'm like, say something. What are you doing?
Yeah. She forcibly fondles him by the canal,
Oh,
yeah,
that was
pretty,
after.
Yeah.
But I mean, in like the sense of like building up to it, it's like
before that even.
It's like, some people, their sense of boundary. I think it's really misconceptualized within their own selves because it's like. Once you encounter something that you say, like, the all bark, no bite people, it's just like whenever you encounter something and you just freeze up.
Yeah.
Because it's just that mentality of you're constantly imagining things. You're over exaggerating your own attributes and abilities. Not saying that people aren't shit. I'm just saying that,
Yeah.
Well, for me personally, when someone crosses, I've done much better with boundaries and have been through... talking about it with the counselor and shit like that.
And I'm not saying he asked for it. I just had to say that.
Oh, no, yeah, exactly, yeah. Ooh, yeah, Donnie. Yeah.
That reindeer
walking
face.
around with that.
Yeah, exactly. With that perfect little reindeer butthole.
Oh my God.
No, but...
Now I know why Rudolph's nose was red.
Oh, that was good. So, but for me,
what are you saying?
So for me personally, when somebody crosses like a boundary with me, and sometimes it's somebody I still have to work with. It's somebody that in the comedy scene, or somebody at my job, or somebody whatever, my fucking ex-wife. When they say something or do something, then I'm like, oh shit, that's not cool. It immediately changes my perception of them. Like, oh shit, they don't value this relationship in the way I do. Or, and whenever it's somebody that's like a friend or something and they cross a boundary, I'm like, I'm fucking done. Like, this happened recently, like real recently. Like somebody accused me of doing something and I'm like, why didn't you ask me? Like, I don't even know what the accusation is based on, but this person had already had a little bit of crazy to begin with. And I'm just like, nope, we're not doing this. I'm done. I had to block her on my phone. It was just, and I'm like, wow, you're not even gonna, and seriously, this is a person with severe mental issues as well. But somebody that I thought, we can still be friends or whatever. But it became pretty obvious that was not the case.
Wow, you don't really have to narrow it down like that. Fucking. No, I'm just kidding.
I said her.
I know, that was the joke. It's just her, and then mentally unstable.
Just
I was like, wow,
this.
you're
she has
talking
teeth,
about
right?
almost.
Last I checked.
All right, cool. I'm good.
I didn't even think about the fact that it. Yeah. Speaking of crazy bitches sitting next to me.
One time I told her where I lived.
No, it's yeah. When somebody
Boundaries
I don't know.
are weird.
Boundaries are weird because
it's at some point you don't want to offend someone.
Yeah.
But but there are people that are different. There are people that are like, nope, fuck that. Your shit is your shit, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But also, it's like you got to think about it. Some people, that creates trust issues when you insinuate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get it. You're for protecting your property, your own, and this and that. But
I don't give a shit about my property. It's just a matter of my own personal well-being. My mental.
that too. That's what I mean.
If
Like
someone's
an
trying to
extension.
get into
Yeah,
it
that's
while
true,
you're in
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I meant like an extension. But yourself, your well-being, everything
It's
that
my
deals
dick
with
count as my
yourself.
property. It's my dick, my
I
property.
doubt anybody else is claiming it.
That is a damn. God,
right in there.
yeah, you just walked in.
No, it's not sliding into anywhere, honestly.
It crawled back
shit.
in.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
Nah, you're
I'm not
okay.
sorry. Your comic. Suck it
No,
up.
but
I would if I could.
Nobody would be here right now.
I wouldn't even need to do stand-up. I wouldn't need to have a job if I could suck my own dick. I'd just stay
You'd
home
definitely
all
be
day.
disabled, like
You
the
know?
curved back.
Yeah, I
Like,
would have the worst case of scoliosis
you remember
ever.
Nintendo Thumb? Anybody? You guys?
Yeah, I mean, I
Okay.
remember. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
imagine. Just imagine what every man's back would look like if y'all could suck your own dick. Like,
Yeah,
it would just
self-fellatio spine.
be, right? Like, the human body would already have, like, genetically been predisposed to...
Yeah, exactly. But then we never would have procreated, so, yeah.
that's true. It would have ended right there.
We
That year
we would
alone.
have been raping. The women would have been
yeah.
raping, yeah.
Oh, the women would have been raping.
Yeah. Oh, women aren't going to go...
Bitches be raping.
Bitches would be raping. I mean...
Bitches would be raping. Damn, that's well.
Dude,
Hold on. Well,
you know-
speaking about the rape thing, that
Right.
also happened to him, and it's like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Oh, my God.
You wouldn't want that to happen to you? Is that what you were about to say?
No, obviously not.
I
no,
would love for that. No. I have a question, because I have heard guys say that a man cannot be raped. Now, by a woman. Okay, obviously men can be raped by men.
Yes,
But basically, a woman that it's impossible for a woman to vaginally rape a man with her vagina. Like, because if you're you're not enjoying it, you can't stay hard.
No, because
And I
the
think
human
that's
body.
false.
That is false. Because wow, we're getting to a heavy subject matter here. But there are cases
Did
where
you watch Baby Reindeer?
yeah, no, there are cases where women who have been raped by men have orgasms during.
Right.
Rape, and that's something that they have to go to counseling for and
'cause
stuff,
they're like,
and,
"Shit, I
and
think I
especially
like
if it
it."
happens at a young age, it can completely fuck them up sexually and make them go one way or the other. Very
Right.
very
Afraid
sexual,
or terrified of sex,
or just like nympho,
Yeah.
sex addict kind of.
that sounds like a really specific Google search.
It is, but yeah, for a guy
Oh.
just because when we think of sexual assault or rape or whatever, we think of like a violent act, but a woman can get a guy drunk and fucking jerk him off until he gets hard, and then and he may not want that.
If you get hard though, if you get to the point where you get hard though,
See, that's it. You can
but he
still
could be drugged, he could be
Yeah.
Oh, that's
blackout
true.
drunk, whatever.
Do you have like a male, or I don't know. What
it's
your
not necessarily
orientation
a
is.
situation with she's holding him at gunpoint. Now fuck me in the pussy, fuck me in the
Right.
pussy
And-
by gunpoint. That's not necessarily.
But
That's probably
somebody
not how
might-
it goes down.
Yeah, but yeah. So I think it's possible. I haven't tested it, just so you know.
I'm glad
Safe
to
space.
hear that you haven't.
I think we're just getting the. Sorry for interrupting. I think it's just the.
please.
I'm not saying that we're getting
You're the guest.
confused. I think we're just.
Off topic.
No, we're getting the. Well, definitely. But I think. I don't want to say the miscommunication, the misnomer, or the wrong definition. Because there's rape, and then that's for usually classified for women.
No, that term goes either way.
For both men and women?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
but...
Yeah, it's just forcing someone
I'm saying
into sexual...
in the mind, you usually think about, like, a woman that gets raped. And then it's like, you know the whole...
I think straight people that
Yeah.
step first.
Yeah, well,
That's true.
well,
You know.
I guess.
Sorry, maybe
what
I'm
Lori-
just so old school. I just.
No,
Yeah, you
I
are.
mean,
So, okay,
no,
in
I
your
mean,
mind.
But also, hold on. I think because there's the lack of. For me, I don't understand how. I know a dude can get raped. I just couldn't imagine how a woman could. How in the situation
A
it would
lady
go
could
down.
do that to a dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean. What we'll classify it as like, because I'm also thinking like is like just unwanted penetration. That's rape, right?
I mean,
That
yeah, that's, I
actually
mean,
is
yeah,
the
yeah, I
legal
mean,
definition.
unwanted penetration.
I think that actually there has to be penetration, and that would go both ways.
But hold on, I've also seen where that has happened, and it's classified as sexual assault.
Anal rape
Well,
sexual assault, like if
I think it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It's
Well,
the same thing. Sexual assault
sexual
and rape.
assault
are
is
the
an
s-
umbrella.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
These are
that
just
could be
like-
someone, you know,
These
If
are
I
just
pulled
dumb
over
articles I
and-
haven't. I've just leered through whenever I
Well,
scroll Twitter. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What the question Lori, I think, is asking is as far as, you know, a woman forcing herself onto a guy sexually.
Yeah.
And that's
But I think we
something
answered
that can and does happen.
Yeah.
To
Not
me, that's sexual assault.
Okay, so like if I just reach over right now and put my hand in your pants and start fondling you, that is sexual assault. That is not rape. You know what I'm saying? Like, rape is sexual assault. Groping is sexual assault.
What happens if I come?
her hand
sorry.
gets really messy. That's
Right.
what happens, my friend.
Oh, you still raped me.
It
You
doesn't-
made me so good.
it-
No,
it-
I'm sorry. That's so bad.
Consent
I'm sorry.
is where it all
I didn't even
comes
make
down
that
to
joke.
consent. You
Yeah.
know?
That's a terrible joke. But,
No, not
well,
really. And you probably would, because, I mean,
But-
have you seen my hands? They're huge.
It reminded me of my uncle.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
What a coincidence.
you don't have to. Yeah,
Call
I'm
me
sorry.
Theo.
It's just because if you, some people are going to be like, oh my god.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm
that's
gonna
what
like
I'm going
leave any
for.
of this in.
You should.
This is
It's
the
a
only
good-
funny
a great
shit we got.
topic.
This is
Yeah.
This is
difficult
this.
topic.
It is.
gotta make
This
it
is
fun.
what I always say. People have there's the boundaries thing. You got to go past the boundary of self-reflection and even just getting deep. I mean, yeah, it might be a sensitive topic, and I may not know all the variables in this and that, and I don't. I'm just saying that I'm down to learn more shit, just like that. You know, the
I'm in for
classification of rape for men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, I knew that men could get raped, and I knew that men could get raped by other men. But then for me, I think about how could a woman rape a man? It's just like, because
It happens.
I
it's
feel
the
like every time I
unconsensual
walk into
penetration,
the-
and it's just But if for a man, there's not like much of. I don't know, but that's weird though, because it's like I don't think dudes are just gonna go in and.
I think we just blew Josh's mind.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to go on.
His mind, just so we're clear, we blew his mind.
No loads, just minds.
Okay, so like when I walk into Bar PM and see all you guys there, I assume you're all thinking about like, I'm not gonna let her rape me.
To Laura?
She's
That's what we're
Lori
usually
Amber is
thinking
not- I
when-
know
yeah.
Jason K was always thinking.
Yeah,
that.
he's all. Well, no, we talked about that in length on his podcast over the
I'll have to
weekend. How
listen.
no, that's a complete lie. Listen to it
Okay.
anyway. But
Every time you walk behind me, I have to put my jacket on.
I like when he pulled up, like he locked his doors before he got out of the car.
Who locked his
God
doors?
Shit, she beat me in. No, but I mean we're comics, right?
yes,
Are we men or are we comics? We're comics, and also
I
I'm not a
mean,
dude.
it's fine. Nobody's
Not
perfect.
technically. So we're taking a difficult subject. It's up to us to make it palatable. That's all we're doing. Don't feel weird. It's okay.
I know what you
It's
mean.
okay
yeah.
to have fun.
It's just
Consent.
now.
Well, we're talking about the opposite of that, though.
You can't even say how you feel though, in terms of judgment. You know what I mean? Like if you were to get inward, and that's
Don't say the
shame.
N-word.
No, inward. Oh my
I
god.
couldn't let
That's a,
that go.
that's a Patrick Nolan
That's
joke.
that's good. I didn't even
Sorry,
know.
I'll let you guys go on with the podcast now.
No. Yeah, I like the.
I'm comic
because
relief.
it's keeping me from you know,
Getting
have
too
you noticed?
serious?
Have you noticed? I haven't gone. What were we talking about?
Oh yeah, you didn't
Dude.
get that stone beforehand.
No, that happens when I'm sober too. It's just, I don't know, fleeting. But
Right.
it's just you know, you get deep and all that, and there's not new conception, but I heard this dude. He was saying that, bring back shame.
I've heard this too. I get told that a lot.
And I was like, holy shit, dude! Like, you can't even say nothing about just not. Obviously, the wrong moral shit is like, I like kids. You're just like,
Right.
Kill that guy. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Like, there's a level I'm
Yeah.
not going to condone.
yeah. And I didn't mean to kill that guy. Just get that guy help. Ask him questions. Probe.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is just like rehabilitation, like being mental. That's what I get from the show. It's just you owe it to yourself to get mentally right.
Oh yeah,
It's
because
got to be a much better existence.
yeah, because there's two ends to things with mental health and stuff. It's not victimizing people. It's like, okay, I'm not. That's the obvious thing. Don't harm people. Don't manipulate and drug and
Right.
stalk people. But you also want to put barriers up to where you don't let other people do that to you. And both of those are outcomes of having a healthy mentality. Because, some people, I think, take it to the extreme. They're like, oh, I don't want to do anything because I'm afraid everyone's going to take advantage of me.
Right.
But then, at the same time, there's just coming to a place where you have a healthy interactions with people, when you meet new people, establishing boundaries and stuff within friendships and relationships and work. And
for some reason, whenever I think about what you just said, like someone that is untethered by mental illness and stuff like that, I think about like a monk, just just a dude just chilling, just like, because they have no possessions. They ain't got
like
nothing.
a Buddhist monk, specifically.
They have no earthly tether. They got no spiritual tether. Well, they're spiritual.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Because they're working on enlightenment. Sorry.
Right.
I was about to contradict myself on your podcast, dude.
Oh, I know. Yeah, like 12 people will hear you contradict yourself.
The ratings were about to drop to
I know.
6.
They're like, that Josh guy is full of shit.
Yeah, 6 people almost fucking...
It started out good. It really tanked around number 3. No, I think this is going to be the best one yet.
So the monk, the concept of the monk, though, is, from your perspective, is that a good position or a bad position? I think it's kind of neutral, almost.
Well, yeah, I think it's highly misconceptualized, but in the term of that, you can just... There's healthy people in America. There's health...
Right.
It's just a mix of everything with everybody, It's just... That's what I see in my head, because I like shit like that. I don't know.
Well,
It's just,
that's what I mean, like...
what do you think about when you think about something happy? Like what do you think about when you hear peaceful, just mentally at peace, not.
Who do I think of?
Yeah,
not a fucking monk, not a religious zealot who has gotten
Good
out of
Lord.
life,
Wow!
checked out of life.
Zealot.
I don't want. I would
Okay.
somebody that
Not a zealot.
I don't know, somebody that I really like these kind of Zen people that I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know, somebody that like a Henry Rollins or something, who just sits around listening to music all day, traveling the world, just
Being nice.
and there are people that think that guy's a piece of shit, but I like him.
He tries to. I think he
Yeah.
spends most of his time trying to build
Is that
up
guy
others.
with Gas Monkey?
He was a musician.
Oh no,
and-
that's Richard Rawlings. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Henry Rollins was a singer of Black Flag and Rollins Band, and
I'm dumb.
is
You're
no,
not.
you're
just
you're
young.
fine. I mean,
Henry
we're
Rollins.
what are you, like 24,
25.
25? Yeah,
He's
so-
lying. He's like, I'm 23, but I'm not telling him now.
Yeah, exactly.
I almost forgot. I
Yeah,
was like,
no,
I'm 25.
no, but you know more shit than your average 25-year-old. That's for sure.
Well, I like old shit. I grew up on.
Aw, thanks.
I grew up poor, so we had a lot of old shit.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
but I mean,
Oh, is that why poor people like old shit?
That's what I'm
Is
saying.
that the only choice they have? It's
Yeah.
like, I love VHS.
Imagine just roasting somebody. You're just like, you only like old shit because you were poor.
You
That's
poor
funny.
fuck.
Yeah, you
So-
fucking.
And they, like, growing up poor, you don't have any control over that, but now they're telling you to your face as a grown up.
Yeah,
like,
you're like, you have full control of your preferences
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
and
like, you
you're
don't
still
have to
wearing
like
shit from
sticks.
Goodwill.
Yeah, Josh had to watch Baby Reindeer on Betamax.
See, a long
Dude.
time ago, VHS's
Record it
they
and
open
then
from
you-
the top.
Yeah.
It's called a Betamax.
Someone had
I
to
know what
tape it
Betamax
for you
is.
and then give it to you because you don't have your own Netflix.
I learned about that from that 70s show.
Oh,
There you
right.
Because she was trying to record Roots, and he goes like, I got the new Betamax. And then he's like, all we have to do is just tape it. And then while it plays, she was like, why can't we just watch it?
Yeah. No.
And then he ends up forgetting the tape, and I was like, oh.
And they never
And they
saw
never
it.
got to see Roots
Yeah.
until 40 years later when it came out on DVD.
And
That was
Blu-ray.
funny. I thought there was an episode of Malcolm in the Middle where they did a flashback to before they had kids, and they were living in this posh condo and all this stuff, and he was all jazzed, showing her their new Laserdisc machine.
Oh, nice.
Their Laserdisc player, and he's like, they're gonna take over the world.
Hell yeah, they
They were
sure
like-
did.
They were like record size DVDs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know
They
what you
didn't
mean.
take over the world.
I
No.
have to say, I think it's kind of racist. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it is kind of racist that, like, if you make any racist movie Blu-ray or high definition, because then it's like, see this racism
Look how-
in crystal clear clarity,
Yeah.
just like up close.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
You,
why, like, when people want to watch, like, Passion of the Christ on, like, on the Sphere or whatever, I'm like, why do you want to get that close to,
Yeah.
like, the action?
we
Like,
really
I wish I could
want to
be
see
there.
the blood,
Yes.
the blood of Christ flying
That's the
up the
only.
screen.
Hear
That's the
him.
only movie I get mad at when people are just like, "What?" And then I'm just like, "Didn't you read the fucking book? You fucking idiot!
That's a bit right there.
They have it 3 fucking times.
There you go. No, 4. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Shit, there you go. I'm going to hell." It's just like, it's like, what are you fucking? But yeah, man.
When
we
you
should-
say, when you're sitting there, it's like, it's not as good as the book. Any of the 4 of them.
it's just like you read the fucking books.
Yeah. God.
I was so
Honestly,
dumb.
not cover to cover. It got a little wordy. There.
Yeah, exactly. The
They lost
stuff
me
in
at
the
the-
back, yeah.
There was at some
I
point
lost
where
me at the beginnings.
I thought I was like heavily dyslexic because I was reading like the same chapters. It was Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and I was just like,
This is the same shit they told us to read last week.
That's
I was like,
funny.
didn't I read this shit? I was like, I know what happens next. And then they throw in like a curve, and I was
Well-
like, he didn't say that last time. I was just
One of
like,
the biggest tenements of indoctrination is repeat.
Oh yeah, you gotta repeat that shit. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. That's funny.
Since we're on the subject, I was asking this week people, Josh, or anyone that doesn't know, I'm atheist at most, I guess. I don't know. Maybe agnostic.
How could you be more than atheist?
Well, I guess right. No, I don't know.
I know
Like,
what you mean.
Yeah, agnostics. One time I heard somebody say agnostics are just atheists with commitment issues,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
But anyway, my question was, what happened to Jesus right after the resurrection? Like, the tomb, the stones rolled away. He's not there. But
Can I say
people-
something? Sorry. I can't to add to that. To not be corny.
No.
But I agree with you, and then I agree. Don't agree. You know what I mean? Because it's just I've had those thoughts.
Oh, of atheism or
Agnosticism,
yeah,
and I'm like, am I atheist or agnostic? And I was like, I don't think I'm atheist because I do believe in like a higher power. I think that there's something way more powerful than life itself.
And I guess technically I do too.
Yeah.
Because I believe in energy. Like, I believe in science, and energy, as far as we know, cannot be created or destroyed.
Mhm.
And we're all just recycled energy from the Big Bang and so on. So that's in a jest. What? Now, I don't begrudge anybody their faith. If that helps you sleep at night, cool. I envy it a little bit. I wish I could just accept that story. But anyway, this is part of the reason why.
How so though? May I ask you why?
Well,
Because that
because-
right there, that's trepidation
That
itself.
peace. the peace that people must feel when they full on believe without a doubt that when they die, they are going to ascend to a city paved of gold with and mansions and.
See, and I think it's because again with me
And
getting
it
older, I'm
varies
having
by religion. I mean, or 72 virgins, or, whatever.
I'm having the whole epiphany, like sometimes whenever I'm just thinking about life, and then I think it goes down to like, I think it's just the thought of understanding that you're gonna have eternal peace, and that could just take whatever form. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think, not saying that whether it might be like self-judgment on yourself, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, whatever. Not saying that you judge yourself heavily. I'm just saying that, because just hearing that, it kind of reminds me a lot of myself whenever you said that. You like, I envy that. And I was just like, I've said that before. I was like, and then it took some analyzing inwardly to understand that. I was like, wow, it's nothing bad to want that, but also, why? What am I so uncomfortable with in settling in my own belief where I'm comfortable with, maybe we're just here.
Yeah, I think it stems from a human need to not want to end, and that people take comfort in this afterlife where you get to see all these people again and rejoin these people you want to see, which first of all is sus, okay? And secondly, what are the odds you really want to see all those people again?
Morgan, do you want to see your family? Do you want to see your dad?
The weird thing is, one thing that I have...
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up.
No, you're fine.
Context.
You're fine. One thing I think about with family members that have passed and, say like my dad or whoever, I'm a different person now than I was when he died. Not only the time that has passed since then, but also the fact that he's dead
because he died
because of that, and not having him in my life for the last 15 years. I'm very different than I was 15 years ago, so my relationship with him would be entirely different. So to even think about that is just
maybe I'm just so sentimental. I just always think
no, that's fine, but in my head it's just asinine to think. It's just stupid to think about, like, oh, what would I say to my dad if I died and went to heaven and he's there too. It's just like, I mean, even thinking, yeah, exactly. Just thinking about that is it's just dumb to me. Why would I even think about that? I don't know. What were you gonna say?
You have never given it the chance. Like,
of course I have.
But what would you say? Like,
what I think. Let me.
I have so many questions
here.
I haven't
Are
asked.
you saying
to my dad
it's asinine to consider because you could not possibly know what you would say,
right?
Or are you saying that
both.
The idea of seeing him is asinine?
Both.
Okay.
Both, because there is absolutely nothing that I have seen or experienced in this life, in the 41, almost 42 years I've been on this earth, that would make me think that our consciousness goes somewhere else after we die. So to think about that, A, stupid. And B, I don't know what I'd say. I mean, just
so
like...
the classification itself stupid stemming from the generalization or the insinuation that I would have, or you being Morgan, that I would have something intelligible to say that would even bring emphasis to any emotion, or
and I mean,
not what good would it do, but what profound statement could I say that could bring peace or anything, or not
what
even
could
that.
he say to me that would give me any kind of peace?
Exactly, and you're just saying that it's like,
and I'm feeling like if all of that were to happen, he would have watched all this, and he would know the person. And so, and then like, what do they grow? Like, are they different people now? Or,
exactly.
And that's where I think I don't. And I think if you really ask people, I think most people that believe, at least in like a Christian God, if it gets right down to it, I think there are a lot more people that don't really believe that it's streets paved with gold and mansions and all of your family members. It's more of a feeling, an existence of being with souls that
I'm just
your soulmates,
you can ask
whatever.
Morgan. I'm highly emotional. So but just whenever I think about the passion, not the Passion of the Christ, but Jesus' resurrection and all that, and you could, despite whatever, I'm a romantic. I like beauty. I love Michelangelo and shit like that, and all that type of art and fucking whatever. But
sick fucks. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No. You good?
What do the Ninja Turtles have to do with this bullshit,
what
Josh?
Are you talking about?
But
and the ruler center. I mean, Skinner.
I get fucking teary eyed when I hear that whole thing, and then the whole just imagine
about the
resurrect
and the crucifixion and the resurrection.
Well, that's just because you're a dumb fucking Catholic.
No, I'm not even a Catholic.
Because it is the greatest story ever told.
No, it's not. There's way better.
No.
Terminator 2 is better than the Bible.
Terminator sucks.
Fucking suck my dick.
Oh god, I gotta get out of the middle of this.
Apocalypto was way better.
You're just bringing up Mel Gibson movies?
Fuck y'all, Judge Dredd. Okay, so no.
Which one, the Stallone one or the Carl Urban one? The Stallone Judge Dredd.
No, I just have to say, because in the aspect of a human perspective, it's wow, we're not. It gives to the connotation that it's just man, it's just there was one dude that just wasn't like us. And it's just the whole aspect of if
Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator. He wasn't like us.
But my point is, I'm gonna go all heist. The point is,
I got a 7-inch cock.
now they know I've got a 7. No,
Big 7 inches.
I mean, if you went by my hands, I would be.
Yeah. So what was the point?
The point was everyone can believe what they want. No, I mean, truthfully. But when I say it's the greatest story ever told, you cannot find me some other book that has motivated the masses for 2,000 years to the point where I'm in Lubbock, Texas, choking on crucifixes from every local politician or public office.
The Book of Muhammad.
That is true.
Have you ever read that? That one's pretty...
Oh, yeah. I mean, the only other book you could say similar about would be... Islam,
and
Quran,
then
I'm like, what? The Quran, what is it?
There's that book about
Hebrew.
the dude about Mormonism.
The Torah.
the
Torah, the Book of Mormon.
Granted, that wasn't 2,000 years, but...
Yeah, I know. The Book of Mormon is less than 200 years old, at this point.
Yeah.
The Dead Sea Scrolls, too.
Well,
but that's also...
Dead Sea Scrolls are part of the Bible, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they're part of the Christian lore.
I thought it was...
Well, I mean, Hebrew, but yes. Yeah, it would be both Jewish and Christian origin story stuff.
Yeah. How did we get on religion from Baby Reindeer?
Baby Reindeer is a...
I think we're talking about
Jesus rape. After you watch that show.
Uniquely, I think we're talking about rape.
Yeah, whenever I was done watching it, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
For real. That shit was crazy.
Have we milked all we can out of the show?
No, heck no. I was going to come back to it. I was going to say...
We should just call this Baby Reindeer podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I want to have more. So what were you going to say, Josh?
You could just delete that stuff and I'll add the starting line right here. To go back on topic,
there's an hour of my life.
Darian raping him and him going through that trauma and then highlighting to the point where he goes up to the officer and then it highlights, that's why I didn't say a whole lot.
Right.
And it's there obviously is a sense of self-shame.
Yeah.
And then there's a sense of being afraid of judgment itself. And it's at some point that can control our boundaries.
Well, and
that can affect our boundaries. That can affect our whole sense of worth. I mean,
if he is only then just finding out that he might have homosexual
homosexual
tendencies, having to come to terms with being assaulted, and maybe I'm gay. That's a lot.
Yeah,
all at once. And then when you factor in he thinks his career depends on it.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, crazy bitch is still at the bar.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, yeah, he's
still,
got multiple battlefronts he's dealing
Yeah.
with. He's got this
so
and
fuck
one.
yeah, he's doing all the drugs.
You can't nurture those people's inhibitions of like mental illness and this and that. Like, I mean, to a degree, you can help people. Like, he even had the narrative himself. He's like, I think she needs like help or like a friend. You know?
Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
the thing itself. It's like, you know, we see these people and people come in all forms.
Yeah.
People come with all kinds of setbacks, and it's just the love that we give others. You know, the opportunity that we lay down our intimate walls so we can let them in and for healing and all that thing. And then sometimes it's the wrong kind of stuff that ends up enabling.
Right.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know,
and I think
recidivism.
If he hadn't have
illness.
been horribly abused and assaulted by Darian, he might not have let Martha in, or he might not have let it go as far as.
That one's weird
he
though.
Also
that
needed this.
Yeah,
but that one's weird though
meter.
because it has to do with. I think it's kind of weird because it also has to do with date rape.
Yeah.
So one, you're talking about the incoherent like consciousness kind of where he's relapsing in and out. And then you're just like, you know, but I guess he is talking about his I guess he is talking about the realization afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm saying it's just maybe it could have happened and maybe it couldn't have, but I think he's not a bad person for anything that has happened. And I don't think that, well, you know, anything that has happened within that situation.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I know. As far as I know.
But not because...
And also her, I have to say that, you know, we shouldn't, like, judge people too heavily and... You know, because sometimes some people don't even get the chance to get better themselves.
That's somebody's real
life,
you know?
And also, I mean, Martha has had the chance to get better multiple times, and she keeps victimizing people. You know,
she definitely gets something out of it.
Yeah. Well, she hyper
the
fixates. Like she's got this completely break with reality that won't allow her to hold down a normal job, to have normal relationships, anything. So.
Is that how you would, Also, I have to say that when you said you had a problem with the setting, the comedic setting, how the experience, you know, the open mic experience.
How it wasn't really about being
yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I mean, you know, but not always. I mean, that could be for his area and for where he was and for the time.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm not saying anything about his comedy before, but I was like, I was watching TV looking the other way.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't even in the room. I had to turn the other way. I was like, eee.
Yeah,
the wig and the spandex and
that's bad comedy.
They never really show him doing. The only thing we see at length is his whole confessional thing at the end.
Yeah.
No, they had there was a before when she started dissing him.
He was like a prop comic.
Yeah,
but he started getting garnering a following.
Well, and that's
what
where
I'm saying
Darian was bringing people to his shows.
And we never really see
Darian was
what was good.
Gigs. Yeah.
I never really saw what was good about his act at all.
Yeah.
There was nothing in that. Like whereas, like say, if either of you have seen this movie, The King of Comedy with Robert De Niro, where he like kidnaps a late night host and then wants to. At the end of the movie, he like gets to host a late night show, and he's actually funny. And you're like, holy crap! Who would have thought this crazy guy who kidnapped someone is actually funny? And you know what? The thing is, I wanted Donnie to be funny. I wanted him to actually, but he needed some. Maybe that's why he wasn't hanging out with other comics.
Right.
Maybe because they're like, well, look at this pathetic loser. You know this.
I mean, honestly, if we had a comic like that came after I showed up, anybody that was there before me is grandfathered in, they're automatically better than I am. Anybody
that's
that comes
not true.
after me is
there are a lot of comics that have come after you that came before you that are not good.
Well, there's a lot of good ones came after me too. Fucking Tanner.
Who cares?
Tanner's fucking hilarious. He's
Hey, this isn't the Suck Tanner's Dick podcast.
Oh, my bad.
Okay? We'll have him on our episode.
look up Tanner Nelson comedy.
No,
stand-up guy.
he's a hell of a nice kid too.
Yeah.
He really is bless his heart. But all of us, man, we're all trying. And
Yeah,
shit.
but like if somebody showed up, signed up, and started doing the shit Donnie was doing, I'm not like, hey, you want to come to my garage?
I thought about that.
Do a podcast?
I think
thought
we
about
need to get
doing-
Chris Heiss to wear a wig. And
Well, I thought about
spandex.
doing some jokes like that because, you know, again, experience and
Right.
just stuff that has happened whenever I was younger. But I have to be honest, maybe it's my wording and this and that, but sometimes, you know, that's not always the best route to just, you know, not joke about it, but to just
What do you
open
think?
it as like a joke in general.
Are you talking about trauma on stage and things?
Sometimes, yeah.
I mean,
Sometimes
you
my
have
stuff.
a little bit.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
do. I mean, you've got the bit about being in special ed.
That's true.
You got the bit about your aunt asking you why you're bisexual.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you have some really funny stuff that comes from.
I've said some uncle stuff. I've
Yeah,
said some,
you
Careful,
have.
he might not realize he's been traumatized. You might be pointing
Exactly.
No,
at
you're
it, you
good.
think you know, yeah,
But-
but you don't know all the things. Maybe.
We're right at an hour. Do you guys have anything else to say? Anything? Final thoughts?
No, I thought we were going to Joe Rogan it and fucking
Alright.
shoot for 4 hours.
What'd you say?
I thought we were going to Joe Rogan it and shoot
Oh,
for
we're
4
not.
hours.
We're not Roganing this. I
When
mean,
we get Rogan money, I'll sit
yeah.
there
If
for
I have
4
a real
hours.
podcast studio with like I'm engineering this myself.
3 working headsets.
That was my fault.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
I was
kidding.
ready to talk.
Yeah, but hey, thank you.
I'm sorry.
So,
You're gonna
please
cut that
follow
out.
me
Probably.
on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yes.
follow Josh. What is
Sewer.dogg. Sewer dog.
Sewer Dog?
Double G.
Yes.
Josh. He doesn't use his real name across any platform.
So don't look for Josh signs. You won't find anything.
You won't find a goddamn thing.
Yeah, you won't.
Sewer Dogs.
Fuck.
DAWG.
Any others that want to come and get a shout out from us, come on.
Yeah, follow him on Zanga, MySpace, and OnlyFans.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Josh.
Thank you for having me.